Hey gang, Jason here for The Love of Tractors. I realize I haven't done a lot of videos on customs that I've done lately. Um, I don't know why, to be honest with you. I just haven't. It's just been one of those things, I guess. Just kind of you get in this mood or this funk, and that's the way it goes. But I thought I better show this one off. So, um, this is kind of a dream setup for me. I always loved, for whatever reason, we've never had a international planter in our life. We had John Deere planters, then we went to Kinsey, and then that's all we've had since is Kinsey planters. But I've always loved the Cyclo planter from International, and I always thought like this era of implement, where implements were getting big, but maybe like hydraulic capacity and things like that weren't quite caught up with them. Um, and maybe some of the material technology and things like that weren't quite there yet to make them sort of the modern things that we think of a giant implement or a big implement. And so what's really cool about this era, whether it's uh, this or like an international disc of the day where you had to hand fold, or like the Kraus spin gang disc where you spun the gangs manually before you folded the wings hydraulically, things like that. I always find this era extremely fascinating. And what probably my favorite thing about it is so I'm not gonna take this whole thing apart because it's a bit fragile, and I'm definitely not gonna do it on camera because I'll just end up breaking it. But so the idea is, so this kind of folds up, and then this drawbar will come out, and it sort of slides over on to this, which this folds straight out, and then you've got your planter. So you basically drive your tractor around, hook it back up like that. And I just find that really fascinating and really interesting. And it's a really interesting and unique way uh, to make a planter fold. And so anyway, Kyle Nunemaker Manufacturing, he did all the design work on this 8 row for me. And then, of course, it's up to me to put it together. This is number one. Number two, that I do, this is going to actually move a lot easier, and I won't have to worry about breaking it, so that I can actually show you guys. But number one, sometimes number one is just getting it together is the trick, and then you can go from there. But and then I'm probably going to do a little bit bigger wheels on the lift wheels there, I'm thinking. So markers do fold and all that stuff, so all that. And then I did run all the wires, all the hoses that are supposed to be ran there. So I think it's kind of just makes for a really nice looking planter. And I just kind of had to get it on the display here for a little while before it kind of heads over permanently to the shelf. Now the tractor, you're probably wondering, that does have a C&D model steerable front end, radio from JHR Customs, and then there's quite a few pieces from Farm Factor 3D, such as the seat and I believe the steering wheel. And then I made my own levers out of straight pins. I don't know how those are actually going to show on camera. Uh, there you go. You can kind of see them there. And then that is my own turbo cleaner and straight pipe exhaust as well. And then the underbelly fuel tank that a buddy of mine drew up for me, and I've kind of been printing those and putting them on my own tractors here and there. Let's see, Chucky's wheels on the back, and then my own tire or wheels on the front with, I'm not sure, probably some Adam Sunken tires on the front, I'm guessing. But don't quote me on that. Those might actually be some Chucks. But I did make my own wheels there, I know for sure. And then lots of detail painting the battery box, things of that nature, just to kind of give it some pop, make it look realistic. I think that probably the thing I really should, but I was anticipating using this hitch with this tractor, but I probably should do the more realistic hitch back here, or maybe even do like a 3-point back here. We'll see. I mean, that can always be done fairly easily in the not too distant future, so not gonna get too worried about that. Or if I get the desire to build another one of these tractors, I'll just move that tractor down the road to somebody who's interested in that, because a lot of you guys want the Ertl hitch on your custom tractors, and I get it, understand, it's fine. Um, anyway, there's my neat little 8-row vintage planting setup. So let me know what you guys think about that down below. I hope you like it. I think it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it, and it's kind of one of those dream projects that have finally come true. So have yourselves an awesome day, guys. Happy tractoring.